live.
We
Hi,
are
live.
live. Hello.
What is up? Happy Friday. It's a little earlier than expected.
It is.
Yeah. Now, there's a very good reason for this. I'm actually going out of town here in the next few hours to go out to Arizona for some Grand Canyon action.
I'm
We'll
not.
go see the Grand Canyon. Dylan's going to stay here and stay put. If you're wanting to be like, oh, but what about your videos that you haven't posted in a while? That's fine. I've filmed 3 of them, and you're going to get them sometime the next week.
Maybe.
Hopefully. Yeah. So you'll still get, like, I still film Fan Friday. I still have one for video games. And then I just did another rant video. You'll get all those sometime this week. But yeah, no, I am out this week, so we were just like, you know what? Let's do this early. We'll still do a podcast this Friday, but it might just not have me on it. Like this a week from today.
Are you not coming back till Friday?
I will not come back until Sunday.
This will be a solo podcast this Friday then, guys.
Yeah, either that or he'll get a guest speaker.
Sure.
But yeah, we'll you know, it's all up in the air. We'll figure it out as we go. We'll let you know what's up. But before we go into this week, you guys know what time it is.
Soda time.
It is the weekly soda of the week, brought to you by Sunkist Pineapple. Last week we did Sunkist Peach. It was interesting. Now it's Sunkist Pineapple. I love pineapples. Not a huge fan of pineapple sodas. Never had one before.
I used to love pineapple soda, and then I drank too much of it. And then I threw up on Christmas Eve and was sick all day Christmas, and I hate pineapple soda.
I did not know this.
So I don't like Baja Blast.
Really?
For that reason alone.
Man, see, I love me some Baja Blast.
We have been live for 5 minutes and we were able to hit 1 dislike.
Yeah, boy! That's what I'm talking about. I deserve that. So, let's go ahead and crack it. It's ready. Shoot it. Oh. Shoot the camera. Oh! He shot the camera! Sweet! How's the shot?
I don't know. I'm watching I'm like a couple seconds behind because I'm watching our YouTube.
Is it great?
I don't know. I should have been watching on OBS.
So I'm gonna let you know how this tastes.
Oh yeah, you're gonna have to drink it. I can't drink it. Here comes the shot. Here's me taking the shot. That's terrifying.
Awesome.
Shit.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, sorry, crap. I gotta work on my cussing.
Maybe just a tiny bit. But
should I take
it's very sweet.
I don't want it.
It's very sweet. It does it tastes like a liquid pineapple.
Breathe it into the mic.
Liquid pineapple.
Good God.
So
yeah.
God.
Yeah.
I can't do that all this whole time. As sodas go, the sodas we usually get, that one's not terrible.
Squirt's still the best.
A squirt is best. Grapefruit is best.
Gosh, squirt!
So, this week, there's not too much we're going to talk about. We are going to talk about Ant-Man and the Wasp. I saw that last night. Dylan did not. Dylan was not there last night.
I was at work.
It's the first time I think I haven't seen a Marvel movie with him since Thor 2. Is that true?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More with that.
Yeah.
I guess I'll eventually, but...
Yeah. But as midnight premieres go, we've been to almost every single one together, excluding Thor 2, and this was the first one in a long time. Not because he didn't want to be there.
I was at work.
He was at work. But we'll talk about that at the end. But talking about comics, this week was pretty big when it comes to comics. Namely, there was the Batman wedding issue that people have been waiting on.
Yeah.
And on top of that, there was two number ones. One was Captain America that released on July 4th, which I just thought was
pretty cool.
That's beautiful. I mean, if you're doing a number one, and that Marvel knew what they were doing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, which is also Steve Rogers' birthday. It was his 100th birthday. He was born in 1918. The character.
I like that the font of where it says Captain America on the front issue reminded me a lot of Ed Brubaker's font for Captain America.
Yeah, no, it was very. I read the story. It was pretty good. I don't want to talk about my. We both read the story. I don't want to talk about my whole thoughts here on the channel or here on the podcast because I did do a video on it, and
Why are you looking at me? I know, I got lazy. I'm sorry.
So I did a video on it. I don't want to spend time talking about my thoughts on that. I also read Thor #1, and I also read Iron Man #1. You read Iron Man #1 too.
I love Iron Man #1.
Iron Man's fun. Iron Man's just fun. It's like reading a Saturday morning cartoon.
Yeah.
And then
that's what I said.
Yeah. And Thor, I wasn't a huge fan of the art, but I did
Thor Odin's son.
But I am intrigued on where the story will go further. Plus, for some reason, like, I love Thor.
Yeah.
I always thought Thor was cool and all, but after Taika Waititi's Thor Ragnarok, and then playing God of War, the new one, where it's like Norse mythology, he's not even in it a lot, but you just feel his presence throughout it. Just with all of that, it was just, I don't know, I had a fascination for Thor the past few months, so I was excited to restart on a series that actually has Thor in the role of the God of Thunder.
It's not Jane Foster?
It's not Jane Foster.
I'm not reading it.
Jane Foster does make an appearance, I will say that,
As Thor?
but... So what?
As Thor? Or is she just...
No. She's just Jane.
She's just Jane.
She's just Jane. That sounds like a sitcom.
Does sound like a sitcom.
But there was another one. I didn't read this one, but I was intrigued. If you've noticed with a lot of Marvel's #1s, they have been doing it's almost like a space theme. Yeah. Like all their characters are going to space. Doctor Strange, Black Panther, and now Ghost Rider.
Because Ghost Rider just
Frank
screams
Castle
space.
as Ghost Rider.
What?
Yeah, did you not know that?
No.
Yeah, so it's Frank Castle possessed by the spirit of vengeance in space.
Okay, so half that sentence sounds bad, eh?
Yeah.
Frank Castle possessed by the spirit of vengeance. I'm with.
Yeah, in space.
Space, I don't know.
Yeah. It's like, what do you do once you've run out of ideas? You just send them to space. Like Jason X.
Well, the thing is, they got Frank Castle's Ghost Rider. He's never been Ghost Rider before, has he?
He's been Ghost Rider for, like, I know the past few months. I want to say the past year or so.
Oh, never mind.
Which is weird because, Robbie Reyes is also Ghost Rider.
Wasn't he, like, Iron Man or something at one point?
He was War Machine.
That's it.
He was War Machine. That's what it was. He's just been taking up different roles as different...
Why didn't they just make him a Punisher?
Yeah. Oh, no, Punisher's awesome. But I guess he can only go around killing drug dealers and weapons dealers so many times before people start going, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, my Punisher #1's up there.
Is that book good?
Nah.
Was it not?
The art's terrible.
Oh.
I couldn't get over it. Yeah. Like, I'm glad that they're doing new things with the character, but I just remember that Punisher, the last Punisher series I picked up was the one that came out a little bit after Daredevil Season 2 came out. And sweet mercy, the book was just weird. Like, he was clean shit. Like, he just looked so clean.
Yeah.
You know? And I'm like, he looks terrible. He looks like, he doesn't even look like Frank Castle.
Yeah.
He just looks like a Spanish bodybuilder in it. And it was lame. It was super lame. It was really grotesque and violent.
Yeah.
But it was really lame.
Yeah.
But moving into what I'd say the biggest story was this week, Batman issue 50. If you've seen any other comic person talking about this, oh, sweet mercy.
Are people pissed?
People are peeved off. Peeved off. They do not like it. They do not like how it ends. The thing is weird. It's like, the way that it's set up is, and the way they've been building up to it, it's been like months of build up with all these tie-ins with other characters. Like, there's a story about, is he gonna get Clark Kent or Nightwing to be his best man? And he ends up picking Clark, and then Nightwing's upset about it. And, Damian, Ra's al Ghul are doing their own thing. Like, there's all this build up, and then there's no payoff in the issue that they're like, all right, it's all building to this. Honestly, it feels like it's a graphic novel. Like, it's where a graphic novel would start.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's like the first issue of that. I'm like, no, you don't build it all up just to be like, no, it's not happening.
I'm looking at the cover right now. It looks like they would get married.
It looks
it's
like
called
they would.
The Wedding.
Yeah. Is there a wedding?
Is there?
I don't want to say that here on the channel. I don't want to say that just because if anybody hasn't read it, that is technically a spoiler. But I feel like in saying that it's a spoiler, I'm saying what it is. That's it. And I'm not gonna say it, but I just feel like everyone knows.
Wedding doesn't happen, does it?
What?
Wedding doesn't happen, does it?
I'm not. So it's stupid. I hate it. I was so happy when I was reading it. Like I was super excited to see where the story was going because we haven't seen Batman do anything like this before.
Mm-mm.
And I was like super excited about it. And then the last couple of pages are happening. And I'm like, oh my god, are you kidding me?
Yeah.
Are you kidding me? Because like I don't know if I want to pick up the next couple of issues now.
Yeah.
But like at the same time, I want to. I want to know how the story ends. I want to know what happens next, which sucks.
Well, it's like that time that they promised. It's like, hey, Batman's gonna know the identity of the Joker.
Yeah.
When he gets the Mobius chair, and then gets it, and they're like, oh, there's only 3.
Yeah. Like he asks, what is it? It was crazy because they built that up too.
Yeah.
Because they were like, oh yeah, he sits on the Mobius chair and he's like, who is the Joker? And he just goes, it's like, that's unbelievable. Like that, there's no way. That's all he says, right? A couple issues later, Green Lantern or the Flash, I think it was Green Lantern, just straight up asks him, and he's like, he just kind of stands there. There's 3 Jokers. And I'm like, are you kidding? Okay, who are they then?
Yeah, I'm looking at the panel where it shows it just like pictures of 3 different Jokers, and that's it.
Mm-hmm. That's it.
That's kind of lame.
I mean, like it's intriguing. Like it's weird because you never would have thought that, sure. But like at the same time, I'm like, DC does that all the time where they're like, hey, we're gonna tell you something.
It's like clickbait.
It's exactly what clickbait. It's the comic book version of clickbait.
Yeah.
Like people bought Batman number 50 because they were like, oh, this is where the wedding happens.
Yeah. Yeah.
And people like me, I bought, what was it, Justice League either number 50 or 52. It was like one of the last books of the new 52 line. And I bought it to know who the Joker was. No. There's 3 Jokers. Yeah, it's stupid.
That is dumb. Who wrote that? Wasn't that Jeff Johns?
I want to say it was. Yeah. No,
because he broke off and he wanted to focus
left.
on Justice League of America, which like
Yeah.
it wasn't bad. It was just like
I
no
don't
one read it.
Yeah. No one read it. Yeah. It was a cool team though. I like the
Very
lineup.
cool team.
The lineup was really cool. I like when they do crazy teams like that. As long as you have like.
As long as it makes sense.
Yeah. Well, as long as it makes sense. And I have the option to go to another title that has the traditional characters that I like.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, or you have them mixed in with fan favorite characters.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like Stargirl.
Yeah.
Not a lot of people heard of Stargirl, but
no, I mean
she was mixed in with like Catwoman and Martian Manhunter, and that's pretty cool to me.
That's kind of how I feel about the Defenders. I don't think about the Defenders like the team now. I'm thinking about like Strange and Surfer.
Oh yeah,
Hulk.
Strange.
That's my
Hulk,
definitive
Silver Surfer.
Defenders.
Yeah, like the super OP characters.
Like, what's that team that Punisher and Daredevil on? Like the Thunderbolts or something like that.
I know that Punisher was on that team. I don't think. I don't know. I don't remember if Daredevil was on that team.
I think you could just have. I don't know, because you say Defenders and. I don't know, it makes sense.
Yeah.
I don't know what I'm saying.
But no, that's what's going on in the comics realm. There are still various number 1s that are going to be coming out within the next few weeks. Oh, I haven't talked to you about this.
Ooh.
Rogue and Gambit. You know those X-Men characters?
Real quick, I want to go back to my Defenders point.
Go
You
for
could have
it.
called that show Heroes for Hire, because that has Luke Cage and Punisher.
Luke Cage and Iron Fist?
And Iron Fist. And Punisher was on that team too.
Yeah. Well, Heroes for Hire sounds a lot lamer.
You sound a lot lamer, sir.
Not that it's a lame name.
Defenders
Like,
is cool.
I mean, like it's supposed to be catchy, but like Defenders has a whole has a bigger. It's like the Avengers, right? Like that was their idea for it. They wanted to have an Avengers for the Netflix series, and
no,
it was really cool.
Gambit and Rogue.
Gambit and Rogue got married a couple weeks ago in the
that.
comics, and they have a new series called Mr. and Mrs. X.
I hate that.
Yeah, well, I was hoping for that for Batman and Catwoman.
Something that would be cool.
See,
okay,
that I would like, but
I never really saw Batman and Catwoman like.
And see, that's why I was intrigued by it, because I didn't either.
Getting married.
I didn't either.
like maybe like having a little fling every now and then.
Which
like,
they did.
Never like married.
Right. And like, I don't know. I was just really about it. I don't know. You can see my thoughts on the videos that are coming up this week. It's my first rant video.
If I post one.
So, moving into the TV realm, talking about Defenders.
Yeah.
A couple weeks ago, we had our boy Luke Cage season 2 come out.
I didn't watch season 1.
Yeah, I haven't. Oh, did you?
I did not.
See, I watched season 1. The first half was really good because what is it?
Mahershala Ali.
That's him. Mahershala Ali. Oh my god, he is fantastic actor, and to me, and I think a lot of people.
He did win an Oscar.
Yeah, he won an Oscar that year.
He won an Oscar for Moonlight. He's in the movie for like 5 minutes.
Yeah, that's all he needed. But see, here's the thing: as soon as Mahershala Ali left Luke Cage, because like down. You know he shows up for about half the series. Once he's gone, the
yeah.
Not that it's bad, it's just that it's not as interesting as when he was there. You know what I mean? And they like try to play it off like it's like the concept is interesting. What they're doing with it, it's just the guy that had to play the villain for the rest of the series, terrible.
What's his name? Like the villain name?
Hold on. Is Diamondback.
Diamondback Sam.
Diamondback.
That's it.
Yeah. He's fighting just various snake names. He's just various bad guys with snake names.
What's Mahershala Ali's name?
Cottonmouth. You know who his bad guy is in season 2?
No.
Bushmaster.
Is that a snake?
It's a type of snake.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. They're all venomous snakes.
Bushmaster, isn't that a like a lawn equipment too?
Yes, I believe so. It's also a lawn equipment. Pretty sure he's named after the snake.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lawn equipment, we can go with that too.
Bushmaster.
But it was just, I don't know. I like that he's fighting different snake names. He's gonna fight Copperhead, although I'm pretty sure Copperhead's DC.
Yes.
You're gonna fight Rattlesnake.
Bushmaster's the damn gun. It's a big gun too.
Yeah.
Woo!
But no, it was it's interesting. Like I looked at the Rotten Tomatoes. I think it's sitting at a solid like 84 or something like that.
Yeah.
Well, last time I checked, I'm gonna check again. I have it pulled up here.
I'll look it up.
But no, I got it right here.
Okay.
I'm looking right at it.
Sure.
So right now the Rotten Tomato score is a solid 84%. Audience score 74%. Right? So average rating's about 7.33 out of 10. All right. As of right now, and that's with 49 reviews. From my understanding, IGN, please look this up. IGN just took a dump on that season. Apparently they hated it. That's what a friend of mine told me. He said he's been watching it, and Iron Fist apparently shows up. He says Iron Fist is awesome.
Steven.
Yeah. Our friend Steven, he'll make a guest appearance on the podcast here in the next few weeks.
Loves everything.
But he said that it was really good and it redeems Iron Fist as a character. Like if you didn't like Iron Fist the show, not a lot of people like that show, which kind of makes me upset because I really liked Iron Fist as a character. The show was meh.
IGN's website is just so laggy.
Oh,
Dear God. I feel bad because like that's what our camera's pulled up on right now is IGN.
Right.
Oh yeah, 4.5.
Yeah, they gave a similar score to that for Jurassic World Evolution, and I didn't agree with that. I agree it had its faults. I didn't agree because they just said it was straight up a bad game. I didn't agree with that.
I think I did at first, but the more I played it, it's fine.
Yeah.
It gets frustrating at points. We're not talking about Evolution.
Yeah. But they've been doing that recently where they just crap on things.
Oh, I don't trust IGN?
Yeah. No, I don't know. IGN's like, I don't know about them anymore. Not that, and the thing is, like, they're always one of the first reviews that I see, but like, they usually really enjoy things that I find myself not enjoying. You know what I mean? Like excuse me. They, for the most part, liked.
They say his character just like stuff ideals that he holds in the first season, he just does in this season. Like how Batman's against like guns. They say it's like watching Batman being against guns, and then season 2 he's just using guns.
Really?
Like, whatever like values Luke Cage held in the first season, they don't even mention, and he just goes against him.
I'm gonna have to look that up.
They also say Iron Fist isn't good.
See, I've heard, like, I'm looking at other reviews that disagree with that.
They're like, it's cool to see him, but the actor just doesn't.
See, it's like they make fun of all the tropes of Iron Fist. Like, they're self-aware that people didn't like it, and they made fun of the things that they didn't like about it.
I sometimes like that. I sometimes don't. When people are, like, aware that it's bad, I think that's a good thing to do. But, like, now, like, people always make fun of how bad it was.
Yeah.
Like, I think it works with Deadpool. Do you think he's working that Green Lantern thing into the grave a little bit? Because the movie's bad, but it's not that bad.
Right.
But it's funny. But I don't know.
Oh no, there's a lot of things making fun. Like the Teen Titans Go to the Movies trailer.
Oh yeah.
They make fun of the Green Lantern movie, and Deadpool.
It's not that bad. I mean, it's bad.
Uh-huh.
I think the villains are bad, but I think he did fine as Hal Jordan. Like, I read the books now, and I picture him as Hal Jordan.
Really?
I think he looked like him, acted kind of like him, cockiness. I loved him as Hal Jordan.
Right.
And I kind of like how the suit was, like, in him. I didn't like how it looked, but I
Yeah.
like how they made it, like... But...
Right.
I don't know. I could probably go off on that movie defending it, but I will never be like, oh yeah, it's great. I'll just be like, it's not that bad.
Right. You excited about the Green Lantern Corps movie?
DC making it? No.
You excited about Aquaman?
I'm
excited about that trailer in a couple weeks.
I'm excited to see Aquaman, but the more, like, I think every day I slowly start to, like, hate Jason Momoa as Aquaman just because I'm like, you don't look like him.
He doesn't.
At all.
Yeah, you gotta take your...
You didn't act like him at all.
No. He doesn't strike me as Arthur Curry. I'm hoping that this movie changes that.
Yeah.
We're like, yeah, he's like this rogue in Justice League. You know, he's like this loner. But now that he's having to go back to Atlantis...
Yeah, and I kind of like that, but I'm like, his attitude even before he was in Atlantean was like very like, dude's troubled. Dude's dad's died.
Yeah. His dad's?
His dad died.
Yeah.
He never knew his mom. I think Atlanteans killed his dad.
Oof.
Like, you'd be effed up if you saw that.
Yeah. No, it was, it's interesting.
I don't know, it's very not his personality. But if they just cut his hair, but I don't think they are because there's no images of Jason Momoa like nowadays with cut hair. So I'm like,
yeah, that's true. I don't know. I'm hoping that movie does well. I'm really hoping that movie does well. I'm hoping the trailer looks awesome. I'm hoping the movie is awesome.
Their solo movies are all right. It's their team up movies that just suck. Like
yeah, most
Batman vs Superman and Suicide Squad. But like
yeah,
Man
Wonder
of Steel,
Woman and Man of Steel's okay. Wonder Woman's solid.
Yeah. Wonder Woman I'd probably give like a solid 7.
Yeah.
Man of Steel's probably...
I give that one a 9. Or 8. 8.5.
I was about to say, dude, 9. Well, me and you have different scales. Because
Yeah.
at 9, there's only
Man of Steel, I would give a solid 7. 7's the highest I'll go. That's
I'd
being
give
generous.
Wonder Woman like a 7. I'd give Man of Steel like a 5. But like for DC, that's like an 8. So...
Because like Suicide Squad is...
Oh, Suicide Squad movie-wise to me is like a 1.
Yeah. No redeeming qualities.
DC movie scales is like a 1. So...
Yeah, like a 1.
A 1. Batman vs Superman's probably like a 3.
Justice League?
It's probably like a 5. I had a lot more fun in that movie than I thought.
I
I rewatched it the other day at home. I just had it on when I was like doing some stuff on the computer. I was like, okay.
Yeah, I have fun with it, but like as a movie, it's meh.
Yeah, DC's got a problem with the action.
My buddy Steven said that movie's trash.
He didn't like Justice League either.
He hated Justice League.
What the heck?
He hated it. I didn't hate it.
I didn't hate it.
I
remember because there was a Marvel movie that came out around that same time, right? Black Panther.
Thor Ragnarok.
No, it was Black Panther. Kind of came out around same time.
It was Thor Ragnarok.
Justice League.
2 weeks later was Justice League.
Okay, then never mind.
I believe.
Because I just remember
they both came out in November.
I remember telling our cousin Daniel, I was like, I would have rather had shorter version of Black Panther and a longer version of Justice League.
I can respect that.
Because there's a lot of Justice League that apparently like we missed.
Yeah.
Like, because it was originally like 2.5 hour, 2 hour, 45
and they cut
minute,
it because they wanted to make more money and bit them in the butt. Because I think they lost money on that movie.
I don't think they broke even. But like Black Panther, I don't know. That was probably the last movie that everyone loved that I was just like, I don't get it. I don't get the hype. But you know Killmonger beat Thanos in the MTV Best Villain Award?
Yeah, I did hear about that. I don't know if I agree with that.
That's BS, dude.
Yeah. I was like, yeah, he killed a couple people.
I don't get the hype behind him.
He killed a couple people, and yeah, he was like, I understood his struggle.
There's so many different ways to go about what he wanted.
Mm-hmm.
So many.
Yeah.
And like, there's no reason. Like, none of his character.
He's just like, let me just go to war with the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
You'd think an ex-soldier would know the...
It's weird. I understood... It's so weird. Like, I understood why Thanos was doing what he was doing more than I understood...
I got why Thanos was doing it. But,
yeah.
Like, he's a better example of, like, okay, I understand it, but I don't like the way you're approaching it. Like, Killmonger, I'm just like, I don't even get it.
Yeah.
Like, that's just like... That's a discussion that Wakanda can have within themselves. You have... So.
Yeah, no. But, what were we talking about? We were talking about Luke Cage. No, we're going to watch that. I'm going to give you... I need to do better about our Stardust account. Because I haven't posted on that thing since before Infinity War.
You never posted Infinity War, did you?
Nope.
I did.
I posted everything going up into Infinity War.
And then you just
no. What I was waiting on, Dylan ordered me that awesome Infinity Gauntlet, and I was waiting on that. For my reviews. Yours. I could, but I did that for the trailer. And so I was like waiting on the actual like the ones with the moving fingers. I was waiting on that one so I could use it in my review.
Still are.
And then we're still waiting on it. It's been 3-4 months.
We're just gonna take you on $100 shopping spree.
I don't want that. I want my glove.
Well, I can get you your glove now. It doesn't seem like.
So speaking of Marvel, we'll move into the next Marvel thing that happened. Last night I saw Ant-Man.
Are we already on Ant-Man?
Yeah.
You got no more news? Because Ant-Man, we don't have to end it on Ant-Man. We can just keep talking.
Yeah, I just really want to talk about Ant-Man.
Okay.
Ant-Man and the Wasp came out last night. It's the newest MCU film. It was weird because I had a whole bunch of I had a whole bunch of my students that were asking me, like, why are they doing an Ant-Man movie after Infinity War? Like, it doesn't make sense. It actually takes place before Infinity War, and then it ties in, it tells you what's going on with Ant-Man during the time of Infinity War, why he wasn't in Infinity War, and it's actually, like, pretty stinking fun. I had a lot of fun with the movie. It is very silly. It is very fun. Like, some of the jokes they play are, like, really, really funny, but... And I think Marvel's had this problem where, like, there's a serious moment going on.
Yeah.
And, like, you're in it, it's awesome, and then they tell a joke. Or there's, like, something that happens in the background that's funny. And you're just like, oh. That happened one time for me. Like, one main time for me. I could see where people would think that happened another time, but it didn't kill it for me as much.
So sorry. I'm effing with the screen right now. I'm putting an Ant-Man the Wasp logo up. Mm-hmm. And I just totally moved everything around. But we're good now.
So, I saw Ant-Man. I just thought that was I thought those parts where they had the, like, random joke in the middle of a important scene or an important reveal or something like that. I thought that was kind of lame. Because they didn't amount to anything. Like, yeah, it was kind of silly, but, like, at the same time, I was like, oh, I don't care anymore. Yeah. You know what I mean? That happened one time, and I was like, I feel like that scene shouldn't have done that.
Yeah.
Because then they go right back into serious again. I'm like, okay, why, though? Yeah. And you'll know what I'm talking... I have a feeling you'll know what I'm talking about.
Is it Michael Pena?
No. It actually didn't have to do with Michael Pena. Although, I will say it, Michael Pena and his little group, they don't have... Like, I don't feel like they're as important in this movie as they were in the second one.
Yeah.
Or in the first one. And, now don't get me wrong. Some of the biggest laughs I had, Michael Pena.
I love Michael Pena. My only thing with him is, like, every movie I see him in, there's always, like, 1, maybe 2 scenes where he just keeps going with the joke, and you're just like, okay.
Yeah, like, it...
Like, in the trailer, when he's like, we robbed you. Remember that?
Mm-hmm.
We did that. I'm like, shut up.
Yeah.
But I love him in the first one.
There is a scene with a... You'll know what I'm talking about. I don't need to tell you. And you guys will know too, but there's a scene that happens, and it was amazing. It had to do with Michael Pena doing what Michael Pena does best in these movies.
Oh, like the telling the story?
Mm-hmm. It's the best. It's one of the best parts of the movie. And I love those so much. It just feels like that's a staple. Like, it has to.
Yeah.
You have to do those. You know what I mean? Because my favorite part about those is when he's telling his stories.
Yeah.
Like the characters are mouthing what he says, but they're also doing his mannerisms.
Yeah.
And they're all doing it. Like, they're opening their mouths wider. They're, like, moving their head a lot more. And it's hilarious. Oh, it's great. So, that was good. There was a character that I was like, you have little to no business, like, for the story itself. Yeah. But, like, literally, he's there so that Ant-Man and the Wasp can have people that they can beat up. That's what I felt like.
Oh, the FBI agent guy?
No, it's not the FBI agent guy. Because I felt like if they were fighting FBI agents, you'd be like, oh, well, then you guys are the bad guys. You know what I mean? Like, Ant-Man and the Wasp are fighting the FBI, you know, and they're, you know, the FBI's just doing their jobs, you know, and you guys are bad guys.
Yeah.
You know? Like, I felt like that was a weird thing to do. Like they introduced this character just so we can have cannon fodder, just so we can beat some people up. You know what I mean? And don't get me wrong, I was glad that they had it for the most part, but for the sake of the story,
yeah,
they had little to nothing to do with the story. You know what I mean? Like, I couldn't even tell you guys' name. His name's Sonny. So I guess I can't tell you his name.
I don't remember his name. His name's Sonny.
Yeah, I don't remember his name. Sonny. But no, it was really fun. I think you'll enjoy it. I think Wasp, honestly, watching her move around and kick tail, I was like, I understand why she was all upset in the first movie about not doing the Ant-Man thing, not being Ant-Man and doing the heist. Yeah. Because she's awesome. She kicks so much tail in that movie. Yeah. Ant-Man is a lot more like bumbling.
Yeah.
That part's kind of lame. Like, he does have moments where you're like, okay, I see why you're needed.
A smart criminal. Like, he broke into...
Yeah, no, he's extremely intelligent. He knows.
But this one, they just kind of made him...
He's a lot... Yeah, he's a lot more of a punchline in this one, I felt like. Just because when it's him with Hank and Hope, you know, Hank and Hope are very, like, down to earth. They're very intelligent. They're very business oriented, right? They don't really tell a lot of jokes. And when they do tell jokes, it's like talking about how dumb Scott is, right? But yeah, Scott was a lot more like, I'm kind of clueless, you know what I mean? And that kind of made me go, eh. But like, it wasn't uncharacteristic. They just played him off as an idiot a lot more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Oh god, I just had it in my head, they say the word quantum a lot. They say the word quantum a whole lot.
Yeah.
And at a point, I was like, man, this is like, I understood it. Like, I understood because they're talking. I mean, the quantum realm. It's a big deal, and it has to do with like quantum physics and stuff like that. I get that. It was funny because they actually make fun of it. Like, do you guys just put quantum in front of everything? Like, it's really funny because like I started thinking, I was like, are you guys just putting quantum in front? And as soon as I thought that, Scott says it. It was really funny.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I would not have been surprised if the Quantum Ranger from Time Force showed up.
Let me show that real quick.
Yeah, just show the Quantum Ranger in all his quantum glory. Is he there?
I'm just showing him real quick. I had to mute the song that plays, but there he is, guys. We're back. We're back on screen.
Dylan, for those who don't know, Dylan loves him some Quantum Ranger.
I love Time Force in general.
Yeah. So that's like his Power Rangers.
Me and Daniel the other day. Straight up, like, not middle of the day, probably around this time. There's nothing, no alcohol, nothing in our systems. We're just watching Time Force. Two bros. We're sitting there, yeah, kick butt. I mean, just straight up.
That's great.
Stone cold sober.
I think that's awesome. I'm trying to remember that show. We randomly watched some show. I think it was on Netflix or something like that. Had to do with like, oh god, I can't even remember. It was like Power Ranger-esque, but it was terrible.
The one that got stuck in the Megazord?
No. That was great. That was great. Hey, you got a drawing pad?
Yeah, let me pull it out real quick. I was like,
right here. Like, it's great. It's great. If you ever like, you have to be in a certain place of mind to watch a lot of those. Time Force. Solid silver screen.
Yeah. I'm trying to think of the show that we watched. Was it animated?
Nope. Live action.
Was
it? Had to do with like, I want to say video game, but it didn't have to do with video games. We'll talk about it. We'll let you guys know. But are you gonna go see Ant-Man? I know you are.
Well, yeah, Ant-Man. But now I'm concerned about the show. Yeah, I'll see Ant-Man. I don't know when, but yeah, I'll see it.
Yeah, I was thinking about doing a review and sending it to Dylan, but then I was like, you know what? I could just tell you my thoughts. Yeah. So overall, I would solidly give it a. I'm gonna go and say we'll say 7.5 out of 10.
7.5 schmoes out of 10.
7.5 schmoes.
Where do they get their random decimals?
I don't know. Like, I can do 7.5, but when they're like, I'll give it 7.486.
Yeah,
I'm like, what the crap? Yeah. Like, my thing, like, I know when I'm grading something for school or something like that, I like the percentages. You know, I put percentages on the papers. But, like, I don't know why people do the decimal. Like, 76.5. What? 76.43. What? You know, I don't understand how you get all that.
Like IGN does it, it's like 4.7. I'm like, just give it a 4.5.
Yeah, just give it a 4.5.
Because I've been in that situation. Like, there's a movie I just can't let it have a passing grade, so I give it a 5.5.
Right. That's fair. I respect that. But no, this one's fun. I think I enjoyed the first one more. I did enjoy my time with it, but honestly, like, there's some movies I'm like, I want to see that again. I want to see that again and again and again and again. Like. A first Avengers movie, I maybe saw it 9 times in theaters. Age of Ultron, easily 6 times in theaters.
Age of Ultron I liked.
Yeah, like, I'll watch them multiple times. Ant-Man and the Wasp, I'll maybe see it one more time. You know what I mean? It's not one of those where I feel like I want to see it over and over again, like I did with Infinity War or Thor Ragnarok or something like that.
Thor Ragnarok was fun.
Thor Ragnarok was solid. Even Last Jedi. Like, just because I enjoyed parts of it, I saw it a lot. But this one, I don't know. There's not anything that makes me go, I want to see it again. The end-credit scene, or the mid-credit scene, I should say, really, really cool. It was really cool. But the after-credit scene, you've seen it in the trailer. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but if you saw the trailers, you've seen the second end-credit scene.
Yeah.
Which, to me, I was like, can't do that, man. Can't do that. You can't do that. That's sacred.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Do you want cheese sticks or garlic knots?
Let's do cheese sticks. You want garlic knots?
I like garlic knots.
Let's do garlic knots.
That's fine.
We're ordering pizza. So, no, Ant-Man, super fun. Although, I will admit, this isn't a fault to the movie. This isn't a fault to anybody. I was banking on there being a Captain Marvel trailer. There was not a Captain Marvel trailer at all.
Or at least a Captain Marvel post-credit scene.
Nothing. You got nothing.
I didn't think about that.
Yeah, nothing Captain Marvel. Which got me weird, because, like, I did the math. For when, because a Black Panther's trailer came out June 9th of last year. The very first trailer. I only remember that because it came out the night before I got married.
Okay.
Right. That's the only, like, I don't just remember these things like that. I only remember it because I left my rehearsal dinner to go watch the trailer in the bathroom. Because I was like, yeah, I know I'm getting married to you tomorrow. I'm so excited for Black Panther.
The movie sucked.
Don't say that.
Sorry, the movie sucked.
Don't say that.
Sorry, the movie sucked.
Dylan didn't like the movie. I liked it. But no, with I was doing the math because, like, that came out, like, the second week in February, right? February 16th, I believe.
Wait.
Or the 12th. It was, like, around the time.
And the trailer came out in June?
The trailer came out in June.
Holy snap.
Yeah. The trailer came out in June. So my thing was, what was it? Yeah. Captain Marvel comes out in March, right?
Should be sometime this month.
I thought it was going to be before, because I was like, oh, it comes, Ant-Man and the Wasp comes out in July.
Perfect timing.
Literally, like, if June was the first trailer to a February movie, July should be around the trailer for the March movie. That just makes sense, right?
I agree.
And I was really hoping that it would come out in time for Ant-Man. Nope.
No.
Nope. And I guarantee you it'll come out in this month. I will put my staff in the ground. I don't know. Is that the saying?
Sure.
I'll put the staff in the ground, and I will say it will come out this month.
Yeah, I can see that.
Yeah, it has to. I want to see that so bad. I want to see that trailer so bad.
Yeah, I'm excited for that.
Yeah.
When do you think we'll see an Avengers trailer?
Probably November. I'll be honest. It'll probably be around the time of November.
Why do you think they're being so secretive with the title at this
they
point?
They keep saying that it's a spoiler for Avengers Infinity War, and so they're just making sure that everyone has seen Infinity War before. But here's my thing. The movie's out of theaters now.
Yeah.
It's out of theaters. Everyone who saw it, who was going to see it, who cares about spoilers, has seen the movie.
Now it's just going to be like a random time when they announce it. Ant-Man would have been the perfect time to be like,
I thought that would have been
return
and then they give you the trailer. Or they give you just a sneak peek like they did at the end of Captain America First Avenger. That end credit scene was the first trailer to Avengers.
Does it say Ant-Man will return?
I'm not going to tell you.
Does it say Ant-Man?
It's a spoiler. What they do in that Ant-Man will return thing, they say Ant-Man and the Wasp will return, but they do something that makes you go, huh?
Do crazy credits.
Yeah.
And look on IMDb to see what it is.
No, yeah, so that's a spoiler, so I'm not going to tell you. I'm not going to say it here. But it's not a crazy spoiler. It's not going to make you go like, you know what I mean? Did you see what it was?
It's a question mark.
God dang it! Spoilers, by the way. I like how they said Thanos will return at the end of Avengers.
Yeah.
I thought that was really cool.
Yeah.
But no, there was just will return. They didn't say in what.
Marvel did fine, but not. They kind of blew it with that one. Could have shown so many things.
I have a feeling that Marvel is going to do something very
D23.
similar. I don't think they're doing D23 this year. I think because what Marvel did in preparation for Avengers Age of Ultron, all right? When the very first trailer to Avengers Age of Ultron came out, they had all of the Phase 3 movies announced. All of them. Because they were like, oh yeah, because that was before Spider-Man, before they got the rights to Spider-Man, and when they were going to do an Inhumans movie.
Thank God.
Yeah, they were going to, because they had announced they were doing an Inhumans movie that was going to come out right before Avengers 4. Which was Avengers Infinity War Part 2.
Yeah.
Back then. It was Part 1, Part 2. And what was it? Because they were going to do the Inhumans movie. They did a whole press conference that was just that stuff, right? And announcing all these movies. One of the coolest press conferences ever. It was like, I love it when Marvel does that, because when they announce something, they announce something.
Yeah.
They go all out, balls to the walls. It was awesome. And I have a feeling they're going to do that again. So they're going to announce the Avengers 4 title, and then they're going to give you all the Phase 4 movie titles. You know? Because Spider-Man 2 comes out in July of...
Spider-Man Far From Home?
Yeah, or whatever they call it. I have a feeling that might be what it is. Like, I don't know. They say that's what it is. They might change it. I don't know. Because there was a lot of people that were like... they've been saying, oh yeah, they're making a Planet Hulk movie. Here's the title of it. I'm like,
I don't think they can make a Hulk movie, can they? Because technically...
They technically can. They can use them in other
very...
movies. Yeah. Universal, I still think, owns the rights to solo Hulk movies.
Yeah.
So, unless they do a similar thing that they did with Spider-Man, or like they did with the Incredible Hulk, where it was like Marvel was like the... partnered.
A lot of people like to live in a universe where Ang Lee's, is that the guy who made the first Hulk?
Yes.
That's
a really bad one.
That's the first one. Incredible Hulk is a sequel. Cause,
there are people that think that.
But I'm like, there's a lot of differences, but at the same time, like, at the end of that Hulk movie, I think he goes to, like, Central America. At the beginning of this one, he's in Central America.
I guess that is true.
But I think that's it.
That's it?
I think that's the only similarity. Cause I think there's,
but it's weird because they talk about the different... they talk about how he got his powers in the first one. You know, it's like the atom bomb, like they did in or the gamma bomb. You know, and then in the new one, they are in Incredible Hulk. They were talking about how they were just trying to do the super soldier serum.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like, I don't know. They clearly not sequels, but I can understand why people would want to put them together.
Yeah.
I don't know. So that's when I think they're gonna do the announcement for Avengers 4. Because if they're not doing it with the movie, because my thing is, you have to announce these movies that are coming up. You have to, and it's, I do not envy Marvel in this, because they're like, oh yeah, Spider-Man's gonna be the movie after Infinity War 2, whatever it's called.
Yeah.
But here's the thing, it has Tom Holland in it, and Tom Holland died at the end of Infinity War.
Kevin Feige just came out the other day. He was like, "Oh yeah, Black Panther 2's happening."
Yeah, well, we all knew that movie made stupid amounts of money.
Doctor Strange will happen.
Yeah, Doctor Strange is all but confirmed.
I'm just like,
but like, you know, these characters are coming back.
Yeah.
And on top of that, like, you have to have trailers to these movies. And if you're having a trailer to Spider-Man 2 and it has Tom Holland in it, but he hasn't come back in time for Infinity War 2, people are going to be like, what the heck is going on? What the crap is going on? Unless you do another one where it's like, oh, this happens before Infinity War, which then, if you're like...
If you just keep doing that.
Yeah, if you keep doing that, people will be like, okay, I don't know. I don't understand. Yeah. Same thing with like Captain Marvel's going to take place in the 90s. You're going to have to really sell people on that. Because some people... Us, we understand. Us, we get it. But I can tell you, like, a lot...
I knew people when Ant-Man and the Wasp were coming out, they're like, so are they just, like, hanging out in a post-Avengers Infinity War world? I'm like, no.
No.
But I can see why you get confused.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, it's going to be very interesting. Because I thought that, I mean, before they talked about it, before they did any trailers or anything, I thought it was going to be post-Infinity War.
I did too.
You know what I mean? Because the movie is post-Infinity War.
Yeah. Well, like, I don't know. They're not messing up the timeline that much. It's not like X-Men where you're just like...
What's going on?
Yeah. So it's not horror. Like, the only movie I can think about that I'm like, I don't know when it really takes place is Doctor Strange.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
that takes place over a long period of time, but at the same time, it's not as long as I thought.
Right. Because, like, the Avengers Tower is there before he gets his powers. So it's at least post Age of Ultron. Which, if that's the case, there's only a couple of years between Age of Ultron and... There's really not a lot of time.
No, it's only post-Avengers, not Age of Ultron.
Well, Age of Ultron, because, like, it had the Avengers logo. Which...
Yeah, but at the end of the first Avengers, it has the Avengers
Captain America. Well, yeah, but, like, it had, like, the big... Like, the actual Avengers A up there, like, with the arrow and everything. But they did have that in Captain America. The Winter Soldier. They had the... Like, because they showed Stark Tower when they were aiming the missiles at Tony Stark's house. Or where Tony Stark was. It showed Avengers Tower for the first time. And so you had... Like, it's just on a blueprint. And it had the Avengers A on that. So it was at least Winter Soldier era. Which... Yeah, it was at least Winter Soldier era. But then there are some people that are like, he gets the call about a Air Force colonel who had his spine broken in experimental armor. Civil War. So it's... What?
Could have been just some random guy.
Or it could have been some random guy that just so happens to fit Rhodey's profile.
Yeah.
Which so happens to be the movie after Civil War. No one say anything. I don't know.
Doctor Strange came out after Civil War, right?
It was the movie after Civil War.
I just don't. Because if that's the case, then he learned magic pretty quick.
Real quick. And they were like, oh, he has a photographic memory. I'm like, still, I feel like this Ancient One person is the Sorcerer Supreme. And, like, she's been doing this. She's the Ancient One. She's been doing this for years. Right? Like, at least a couple hundred years.
Yeah.
Right? And... part of me thinks like he's not too far, because she was the Sorcerer Supreme and he ends up becoming the Sorcerer Supreme. Spoiler alert. I mean, that's who he is.
Yeah.
But you know, it was just, I don't know. That the timeline for that was weird.
It is weird.
So like, yeah, they get me on a lot of the timelines.
It's not that bad.
It's not that one's not as bad.
As long as after Avengers 4 comes out, they're all
solid,
pretty consistent.
pretty consistent. Yeah, I get that.
I'll be fine.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's only so much you can do right now with Avengers post Infinity War world.
Right.
You'd either have to take it off space or off Earth, which even then, half population of whatever planet you're on is wiped off.
Right.
But I don't know. We'll see. I'm excited for Captain Marvel though.
Yeah. Speaking about movies,
Ronan.
That's true. I am excited about
The
Ronan.
Accuser.
Yeah.
Lee Pace.
Dead air. No, with okay, I'm gonna, because I don't have too much. I think we're gonna end it pretty early today. Well, that's pretty much all we got to talk about.
Yeah.
But there is one thing I wanted to talk to you about, because I read recently and I don't know how long this pitch has been out there. There was a pitch for an Obi-Wan movie. It's just like some fan wrote what a cool Obi-Wan movie would be. Usually when I see things like that where like fans write, oh, this would be cool, usually I'm like, okay, that's stupid.
If you say Darth Maul once, I'm walking out.
No.
Okay.
No. But Darth Maul does something. Okay, so obviously everyone knows that Darth Maul's still kicking, right? At this point, everyone knows. The guy got cut in half and fell God knows how many stories, right?
Yeah.
So that's actually somebody's mindset when they were talking about this movie. So bear with me. It's an Obi-Wan movie. He is alone in the desert, right? He's alone in the desert. He's protecting Luke, like behind the scenes, blah, blah, blah. And who does he run into but Mace Windu? Mace Windu didn't die. He's missing an arm, and he's kind of burnt from getting shocked and all that stuff. But he runs into Mace Windu, right? Mace Windu and Obi-Wan, they befriend. They're already friends, but they're like, we're the last of a dying breed. We have to stick together, and they start protecting the people of Tatooine together. They like fight the Hutt clan, all that stuff. Well, in that, Mace Windu finds out that Anakin Skywalker's son is who Obi-Wan's protecting, and he's like, Skywalker, you mean like the one that pretty much jump-started the fall of the Jedi Order? The one that God knows what he did to those children in that room? I didn't see the holovid. You did. You know what I mean? Mace Windu, for the second half of the movie, Mace Windu's trying to kill Luke, like child Luke, and Obi-Wan has to stop him, and they end up lightsaber fighting. I loved it. When I read it, I was like, that's crazy.
It just sounds like fan fiction.
No, well, it is. It is. That's exactly what it is. But it works in the fact that Samuel L's still alive and he's older. What's his face? Ewan McGregor. He's older. Like the actors, it makes sense. Like if you have Darth Maul coming back as a gangster, Mace Windu would do something like that. Mace Windu is like, he's totally up for assassination. Like he in the books, he's like, yeah, think it's his idea to assassinate Count Dooku. In what is it? The one with Asajj and
Clone Wars?
No, well, yes, it's Clone Wars era, but the book Dark Disciple. Dark Disciple is all about an assassination mission, and it was Mace Windu's idea. So like, he's totally okay with it. You know what I mean? That fits his character, and just having a fight. It's essentially a fight for the future of the Force between
Luke survives.
Well, we know that. God. Yes, but it's not about if he wins. It's the context of everything. Like Obi-Wan's having to kill, like the for all he knows, the last remaining Jedi, and especially the last remaining Council Jedi aside from Yoda. You know what I mean? And having to do that for the Force, like, I don't know, it just brings like a level of depth and emotion to these movies that's just, I felt was lacking in some of them. You know what I mean? I have a feeling I've lost you. Like, you think it's stupid.
I don't think it's stupid. I'm just like, it just sounds alright. It just sounds like something I'd read on like DeviantArt or Reddit.
It is, because it's from.
But I would never want to see that in a movie though.
Oh, see, I would.
When
I read that, I was like, that.
I want characters
awesome.
to remain dead. like, as much as I love Kit Fisto, I think bringing him back, I think Darth Maul coming back was stupid. Mm-hmm. Like, it's okay, but, like, when he tells you, he's like, oh, it was my rage that kept me alive, I'm like...
Yeah.
But, no, I mean, that'd be cool to see, but... Mm-hmm. I don't know. Mm-hmm. I'm very pro... I would say, if you told me that theory before Solo, I would be alright with it, but I'm very pro just letting characters die now.
I respect that.
So like,
I can see where you're coming from.
If Mace Windu came back, I think it'd be cool. But I'd probably just be like, we're out of ideas.
Right.
You can't just have some random assassin or some like rogue clone troopers who didn't have that chip put in, who were like, we need to kill him because he's Vader. Vader's son. But I don't know. No, not a bad idea.
No, like usually when I see these fan fictions, I saw one that was like a pitch for like the ending of Avengers 4.
Yeah.
And they were like, oh yeah, so all of the, it's a way that they go all their separate ways. You know what I mean? And I like it because it's like they all take an Infinity Stone and they go somewhere with the Infinity Stone.
I hate that already.
Somebody like Thor takes the Space Stone and goes somewhere. And you never see him again. Captain America takes the Time Stone and goes somewhere.
So they essentially become gods?
Oh, wait, it gets better. So apparently they all get an Infinity Stone and they just go somewhere with the Infinity Stone as protectors. And then Tony Stark takes the Soul Stone, crushes it, and stores it. Yeah. They had me. I was like, this is weird. But when they did that, I was like, okay, that's stupid. Marvel's never going to do that. B... RDJ's never gonna do that because he fought his drug addiction.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's never gonna happen.
None of them are like gods.
No.
They can't touch it.
No.
I would say maybe Thor.
I
don't think he's not a celestial.
Yeah.
That's stupid.
Like, I don't know, man. I was looking at it, I was like, I don't know. This is dumb.
That is kind of dumb.
But I don't know. I really liked the Obi-Wan one just because I thought the idea of him fighting Mace.
Yeah.
For the future of the Force, I thought that was just an amazing idea.
Pre-Solo, I probably would have been on board with that and been a lot more invested. Post-Solo, I'm just like, why can't people just die?
Yep. I get that. So, and and then Darth Maul shows up, obviously, because Darth Maul is Darth Maul, and he doesn't die.
Did he show up in this?
No. See, it was cool, though, because, like, I think it was post...
him killing him?
I think it was post him killing him, and he had, like a burial site for Darth Maul with like his lightsaber coming out of it, like as his headstone.
I see. I'd be cool with something like that.
Yeah,
something very subtle like that.
Like it doesn't make a big deal out of it. No. It's like there's his hut, and then like a little bit off to the side, you see like obviously a grave with a like Darth Maul's lightsaber.
I think that would be cool.
Yeah.
What would I want to see in an Obi-Wan movie? I don't know. I don't want one that's all about him like watching over Luke. Like I know it's a big part of it, but like I want something else happening, like him like going like and looking for other Jedi. Mm-hmm. I think that'd be cool.
Yeah.
But
like Mace Windu.
Stop.
No, I just thought that was awesome because you could still I was thinking I was like you can't have Vader in that movie. You can't because he talks about I haven't a presence I haven't felt since, and then we meet again when I left you I was but the learner, like. Like Mustafar was the last time they saw each other before they fought each other. Him. Have an explanation for why he does that. Like you get it, but like an actual like you have to give your like if you see Vader again, if you see Luke, like you obviously know that he's thinking something because he looks at Luke and he's like, okay, and then lets himself die. You know what I mean? You understand why he did it, but like...
Did he do it because he saw good in Vader still?
He did it to help Luke through the Force.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because at that point he knew Qui-Gon was still...
Yeah. And he gained that ability while he was gone, right? Like while he was...
You could see Qui-Gon come back as a Force ghost. That I'm alright with.
That would be cool, yeah. He comes back in the Clone Wars show.
That kind of S word I'm alright with.
Yeah.
Force Ghost, I'm okay with. Mm-hmm. It's the whole...
Comes back in the comics during that time.
Because you have to think, Darth Maul coming back.
That's
like you don't know what's at the bottom of that pit. We know what's at the bottom of Coruscant. And let's say that he fell and didn't get the chance to land on a building, falls into a big just pit of electricity and fire. We see in episode 2 when they go down. Carson's just like,
yeah,
a pretty deep fall.
Yeah, he has. My thing is like he has the force. He wasn't dead when he got shocked.
Because he's screaming when he's.
Yeah, he's screaming when he goes. I'm just like, he can easily like force push himself.
Yeah. Right
before he lands and then land on his feet. I mean, he just got his arm cut off.
I would have to see it in action, but.
Right. I just think, like, I don't know. I was thinking, I'm like, that would be legit.
That's legitness.
That's legit. But, no, that's all I've got.
That'd be cool.
For this week.
Every Obi-Wan movie I've seen has always just been Darth Maul, Darth Maul, Darth Maul.
Every Obi-Wan movie you've seen?
Or every Obi-Wan pitch. Whatever.
Yeah.
Fan fiction.
There was in the Star Wars comics, the ones that are canon, there's stories that, because Luke gets a journal of Obi-Wan's, and so like every 5 or 6 issues or so, he reads from that journal, and it's literally just a story of Obi-Wan protecting Luke in some way, form, or fashion, or like about his exile, about his studying of the Force.
Does anyone else know that Luke exists? Because Darth Vader didn't even.
He didn't know. Literally, I don't think anybody knew. So the Empire
wouldn't go after him. It'd just be like random sand people.
Yeah, that's what it was. It was sand people, and then it was Hut Clan people that were like, it was like a water tax, and they're moisture farmers, meaning they take water out of the air and sell the water, essentially. And so that's pretty much what it is him protecting Luke from those various bad guys. And I mean, it was interesting, it was fun, it was enjoyable.
Yeah,
I really enjoyed my time with it. And he fights a bounty hunter Wookiee.
A bounty hunter I'd be alright with.
Bounty hunter Wookiee was pretty dope, because they found out that he was the one that was taking out the Hut Clan people, and so they were like, hey, bounty hunter Wookiee, get him.
What would
it's like
you do
a giant black furred Wookiee.
What would you do if that Star Killer guy shows up? What's his name? The guy in
that's him, Darth Starkiller.
That's his name?
Darth Starkiller.
Miss me with that. I was just saying a random name because it sounded ridiculous. What if he showed up in an Obi-Wan movie?
And his name is Darth Starkiller?
And he was trying to kill Obi-Wan, and you're like...
Technically, if we're trying to tie him into canon, like that's who he was in the that timeline in the extended universe. Like, it was post.
Is there any continuity issues with that game? Except the fact
there is
that
now.
He kills Darth Vader.
There is now. There is now, because literally the game is about the birth of the Rebel Alliance. Well, here's the thing: they have a series about the birth of the Rebel Alliance. Yeah, so like that wouldn't work anymore.
Yeah, no, never mind.
They would have to do something else with it.
Yeah. Oh my god, my last thoughts. If I want an Obi-Wan movie, I'd want it away from the Rebels and Empire and just kind of its own thing.
Yes. I agree. I agree completely. And I don't know. It looks like we're gonna have to wait to hear what they have to do, what they're gonna be doing with it, because they lost money.
Yeah, if they do it.
Yeah, if they even do it, or if they even do any more Star Wars stories. I liked Rogue One.
I love Rogue One.
Solo just was like, okay to me. You know?
I did not like it.
Like, I was just meh. You know what I mean? But
yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah, no. Well, that's all I got too. So, thank you guys for tuning in this week. If you're listening on iTunes, thank you so much. You are an amazing person, and I love you.
If you're watching this, go away.
Go.
Just kidding.
No. Follow us on YouTube. You follow people on YouTube, right? Subscribe, like, share, hit the bell notification so whenever we do have videos pop up, whenever we do live streams, podcasts, anything like that, you are in the know. Thank you guys for everything that you guys do. We're almost at 200.
We are almost at 200.
Yeah, that feels really nice. So help us getting there. We'll see about putting on a little party for you guys.
A party.
We'll put a party for every 200 subscriber. So, until next time, guys, though, keep talking nerd.
Woohoo.
Farewell. Bye-bye.